Hey team, Major Foe here. Operation Catapult, turn 13, July 1942, Commonwealth and Free France, or what's left of both of those countries. Okay, so we're going to do radar, turn 13, still haven't got it. And that's a 1, perfect. And then improved construction, like it matters. That's a 2. At least we rolled a little higher than the other one. Over here for buys. Anzac couldn't hold a camera still. Anzac has a militia for 2. They'll spend all 2. UK has 26. They'll spend all 26. Destroyer, transport, fighter, and a militia. Okay, a bit of housekeeping. Tacticals video. Pretty sure he bought 5 infantry and 2 militia upgrades. I only saw 1 militia upgrade go down, so I watched it a couple times. I couldn't figure out which one was the other militia upgrade. And then I believe he had like 6 militia or 7 militia as well. So by my count, he still has 2 infantry and a militia upgrade to place. But if he could just confirm that. Second piece is the housekeeping here. So P-37, this fleet can make it, and this fleet can. Whoa. The fleet at a P-16 can make it in there by doing a screening and continuing force, and they can move 1 more. That fleet could also move to Midway, but then it'd be in striking distance of this fleet. So I'm not sure what Tactical wants to do. Once we confirm that in the chat, we'll get that fixed up at the next turn. But the fleet coming this way would have to stop here. The fleet coming this way would have to stop here or here. But I could be misreading the rules. I'm not. I'm not known to make a bunch of mistakes, huh? And then down here, I'm always the one that does the turn after tactical. So I may have added an extra one, or he may have misplaced a unit. But as far as I'm concerned, there should be 6 infantry in Kwangtung. From what I followed through moving units and videos and things like that. So yeah, we'll go with that. If I'm wrong, he's got an extra infantry. Not going to make a hell beats difference in this late in the game. Okay, and then in this fight, the city is surrounded. So on the first round, the Gurkha rolled a 1. Target select against a tank. That doesn't happen. It kills the infantry because there is no target select on our surrounded city. In round 2, he rolled both infantry. They both missed, but he neglected to roll his tank because the tank would have been there and there would have been 1 less infantry. If those had hit, then we would discuss how that's going to work out. In round 2, I rolled a 5, but that's -1, so it should be a 3 or less. 5 is in the mountains, but that city's not a mountain. So for the medium armor in round 2, he hits, and that eliminates that fight, and that ends that. Now, obviously, that may or may not change where he places his unit. I know he wanted to put that medium there and infantry here. By all means, I don't have a problem with that. Mistakes are made. It's a game in the end of the day. I did not collect Japan's money at the end of the turns. I missed that. So 74 plus 6 is 88. Yeah, so he should be at 88. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then he gets the extra one for Delhi, obviously. And then Anzac's at 4. FEC is at full income. Yeah, that works. Okay, because they would have been at 1, but it didn't work out last time. So I don't know if I have a dollar for FEC or not, but I don't think it matters at this point. Okay, on to combats for the UK Commonwealth. So we're going to go here into New South Wales. We're going to take the infantry, the militia, and the mountain brigade. And we're going to try and push these Japanese out of here. So we have this fight. I'm sure that will be amazing. Infantry is going to walk up into Nubia and take that off the Italians. The 2 infantry are going to walk from Rhodesia into Tanganyika. So that'll take that out. That's a French combat. Infantry in Tunisia will walk over into Tripolitania. Take that. This infantry is going to walk into Western Egypt. Take that back. But this transport's also going to take these two infantry and land them there as well. So the entire fleet will come over for that. Bit of excitement. Now, as he doesn't have any ships out here, and I'm not amphibious in here, I don't think he can, whatever it's called out, scramble out of the port. But if he can, he's more than welcome to jump on that one. Can't do anything over here. I have the raiding, so the two subs up here are going to move 1, 2 and raid out of A10. I think that's all the combats I can even attempt at this point. I don't have any planes in range of those subs. I have this 1, 1, 2, but it can't make it. Bomber can't port strike. There's fighters that could scramble. I'm pretty sure. Let me look that up for 1 second, because I would attack if they can't scramble. They don't have an air base, so I don't know if they can. Just a sec here. I should have looked this up. Apologies, team. Scramble eligible fighters from adjacent zones. Without the air base, I don't think he can scramble. Apologies, folks. I'm having a huge brain fart right now. Based on the facility. I don't. There's no airbase there. I don't think he can scramble his fighters, but because they're in the same zone, no one has radar. Yeah. Guess I should have looked that up first. I'm gonna roll it out. I'm gonna go after this transport and destroyer in this port. I just have to hit this port here with the fighter, the tactical bomber, and that. If he can scramble, I wouldn't do it. I don't think he can. So just let us know if he can. So I'll just roll the 3, and then I believe 10, 6, 1. It's airborne assault. Something like that. Defender decides if his fighter should participate. So yes, I assume they can because they're in the same sea zone. I just wasted 3 minutes of everyone's time carrying on. Let's go to the attacks. There's one over here. So we have first strike artillery at 3. That's a hit. So militia. And then we have a boosted infantry at 3, a bunch of infantry at 2s, and 2 militia at 1. Looking for low numbers. 1 hit. So that one's already dead. They have 3 returning infantry class units out of 4. So 2 hits, of course. So both militias go. Okay, round 2. He lost an infantry. We have the remaining 4 infantry at 2, the boosted infantry at 3, and the artillery at 3, and the 2 marines at 4s. Killing me. Both hits. Okay. Painful. Let's try one more round. So I get for wasting people's time. 1 hit each. So 1 and 1. Goodness. Pricey. All misses. Another hit. Need him off my property. No. And yes. Good Lord. That was an expensive day. Unbelievable. Okay, chat's going off just a second here. Okay, that was 2 there. That's dead. Down into here, no combat. I think the next combat is the ratings. So +2 for the brown dice, and that's max damage. 2 off the Germans. Another huge turn by the UK. Okay, non-combat. This goes to the defense ships, move 1 and go into port here. We'll go in there. This seaplane is going to go 1, 2, 3 into Gibraltar. The air transport and gigantic bomber. Air transport and airborne. We'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into Gibraltar. And I don't think they have any other units, to be fair. Okay, we'll go to place units. That militia goes to Abyssinia. This militia goes to Northern Territory. Well, he could get lucky. I will put it there in Sydney instead. And then destroyer and transport into port in southern England, and that fighter will go into London. Okay, that concludes the UK. So Anzac gets 4, and they have no bonuses. The British have no bonuses, and they collect 30. Okay. On to France. France has $1. Spends nothing, collects 1. They have 1 combat, and that's sacrificing themselves into the Gold Coast. So we have 1 at 2, and they have 1 at 2. There is no terrain penalty. So France in blue, Japan in green, miss. Round 2, both hit. Unbelievable. That stays. That goes. They rail another one up through this river and see if Japan wants to throw another $2 away. I mean, it did work the first time. Okay, that concludes the Commonwealth of Free France. Thanks for watching. That was another terrible turn.